weird. It won't let me bring up my book. That's unfortunate, but we're live. Retro Review, Sunday night. Back for another one. So how you been, Magic Lasso? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. There he is.
Sorry, I unmuted and then I must have remuted as I took my finger away. I'm doing well. I'm staying dry tonight.
Good. All good to hear. So let me shout out the chat. Happy Father's Day, of course, to everybody.
And happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. I did something extra special today for Father's Day.
Yeah, did you have a Snyder Justice League meal?
I did not, because I love myself. I took some time and I power washed my patio.
Right on.
Yeah, right?
Hey, celebrate however you want. You be you, Tony.
Yeah, right? So Tim showed up. We got everybody's favorite copy 801. Poor Mike showed up. It's a little bit early yet, but I'll shout him out as they pop in.
Cool.
But yeah, it is Father's Day. So if you are a father, happy Father's Day. If not, maybe there's always next year. But a lot of news to cover, especially in the DCEU.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been keeping up with it at all?
Oh, just a couple big stories.
Yeah, which one are you going to talk about? I don't want to spoil it for us. So you go first.
You know what? I'm going to let you talk about all of them, and I'm just going to chime in my witty commentary.
Well, fair enough. So I'm going to kick things off with The Batman. Matt Reeves, Batman.
What's going on with him?
So I guess Matt Reeves is not a huge fan of Robert Pattinson, and vice versa.
That's not good.
The movie has finished production, but now they're doing some reshoots. And there was a disagreement about something. And Robert Pattinson said that he absolutely will not work with Matt Reeves again unless he apologizes. I don't know what he has to apologize for. I'm sure there's something behind the scenes we don't know about, but I get conflicting articles every time I jump on Google. I get one article that says, DC thinks that Robert Pattinson is the greatest Batman since Michael Keaton. And then I get the other one that says Robert Pattinson almost indefinitely out as Batman. He's ruining it for everyone. Which one is it?
Yeah.
But I think that Matt Reeves is not a huge fan of Robert Pattinson. Rumor has it that the sequel is already up in the air. They don't know if they want to continue, and it's just because of their big disagreement. I don't know what it's about, but that's that one. Yeah. The second one was we got a new look at Supergirl in the Flash movie.
It's bright. I like bright. I like my heroes to have bright costumes.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool. We got to see Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, which is cool.
Yeah,
he looks like Bruce Wayne did in '89, which is cool. I like that. Not sure if it's going to be like in the '89 era or if it's going to be a much older Bruce Wayne. Who knows? But that was awesome. Something else about that movie. Oh yeah, the antagonist for the Flash movie sounds like it's going to be Superman.
Interesting.
What's up, Russ? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Russ.
Not in the sense like it's going to be Henry Cavill Superman, but just a Superman. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure how they're going to play that. I don't know. That might just be speculation. So I'm not sure. But yeah, hopefully it's not. I can't imagine it being Superman. They missed a huge opportunity to bring on Jeffrey Dean Morgan to be Thomas Wayne. I don't know why they didn't. Mm-hmm. The fans were begging for it. Yeah. Absolutely begging for it. And they said, no, thank you. Absolutely blows my mind. There's a great meme I saw out there with Spider-Man Far From Home shaking hands with Mysterio, that scene. And it said Marvel fans and Disney, talking about Marvel ideas, and they do it. And then there was one where it was Superman punching Batman into the dirt, and it said DC fans and Warner Brothers. And it couldn't be any more true. It absolutely couldn't be any more true.
Yeah.
But as for news, I think those are the big ones.
To tie into what you mentioned with that Batman story, how you read one article that says something, and then you read another article that says nothing. Once again, we're back to Henry Cavill is either out as Superman or he's in again as Superman. I can't remember which one, but we're doing that again. It's like every 3 months we do this.
The last article I saw was he was discussing with Discovery Media, I think is what they are.
Yeah.
About coming back is
okay,
Superman.
so he's back in now. Okay.
Which I love Henry Cavill as Superman.
Hey, I do too. I think he's fantastic. I have no problem with that casting. It just but this thing, it literally is like every 3 months. He's completely out, then 3 months later he's back in, then he's out, then he's in.
Maybe we can get a better deal, something. You know what I mean? Yeah, give us something certain. Maybe maybe Henry Cavill can get a better deal. I know please, for the love of God, let him cross over with Shazam and Black Adam. Please, let's get a live action Superman, Shazam, Black Adam movie. That would be so good.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Copy on this one. Henry Cavill's a good Superman. Not the greatest Clark Kent. I would agree with that.
No, but Tyler
fans get over we want.
Tyler is a fantastic Clark Kent.
I've heard his mustache is committed to a sequel. It's funny you said that because when that whole debacle was happening, someone started a Twitter page. It was Superman's mustache. Overnight, it was like it got like a bajillion followers and stuff, and then Twitter deactivated it. Thought it was pretty funny.
Boo.
Yeah, you suck. But any other news you want to discuss that I have missed?
Nope. If there's anything else that we forgot to mention this week, we can save for Tim to talk about when he's back on the show.
Right. I agree with Copy. The gentleman playing Superman now, I think, is a good balance between both. He's pretty good. Yeah. I like him as Superman. That's true.
Tyler Hoechlin. Yeah, he's great.
What's his last name? Tyler what?
Hoechlin.
Oh, I thought you said Tyler Nightwing. I was like, no. Awesome name.
No, Tyler Hoechlin. This is not like one of those Harley Quinn Smith type
Harley Quinn Smith
actors.
Yeah, they're not going to pull a Cassandra Cain for a Harley Quinn movie for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
what a joke that was.
No, he's good. I was surprised when I met him though that he wasn't like I was taller than he was, and I always think of my Superman as like big, hulking, and imposing.
6'3",
yeah. Now, don't get me wrong; he's really in shape, but he wasn't like Henry Cavill, where you could rent a billboard on his chest. He wasn't that, but he was in shape, and he was really friendly too.
Where did you meet him at?
I met him at C2E2 2019.
Oh,
and this was back then. The rumors were going on that he was getting his show, but nobody. I'm sure he knew, but he couldn't confirm it at that time. But he had been on Supergirl so many times by that point that he even had Superman photos. Yeah, which is what I got was a Superman photo signed.
That's cool. We never get anybody that cool at Baltimore. We should get a lot of the Game of Thrones folks, and we had the guy who played Deathstroke on the Arrowverse. I can't remember his name. He showed up one time. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just a Nerd pops up. What's going on, buddy?
We know what restaurant he's at.
Yeah, he's at KFC. He's enjoying your KFC, that's for sure. If I could drink without spilling all over myself, that'd be sweet. What's that?
Dribble glass.
Yeah, right. Any other news at all?
No, not a whole lot. So
I finally figured it out. Okay. It's been pretty quiet on the comic book film front. Have you been to your LCS at all?
No, I'll be going this week.
Okay.
Which is, and I'm not exactly sure the reason why behind this, but Wonder Woman is dropping a new issue this week. Now, they just dropped a new issue 2 weeks ago. So Wonder Woman went back to being monthly for 4 months. Now there's 2 issues in June, 1 issue in July, and 2 issues again in August.
Okay, I guess Long Halloween came out. Interesting. And he's at Chick-fil-A, which is a lie because it's Sunday.
Yep, exactly. Cheater.
I did hit up my LCS, but I'll get into that later on. I got a cool gift from them, so
Cool.
and I don't know if you can see it very well. They came out with some stickers.
Oh, nice.
Comics Connection stickers, which is pretty cool. So
Nice.
definitely got to support them. They've been around since 1988 at shop.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, they've been around a long time, and they said they're not going anywhere. So thank God. But yeah, man, you want to jump into the review?
Yeah.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Don't matter. You can go first if you want.
Sure, I can go first. So the theme for this week was signed books. So let me find my screen here. I've got, where is it? This one. So I'm going to do, I decided to pick Green Lantern Silver Surfer at a 9.8. Man, that glare is terrible. CBCS verified signature from Ron Mars. If you have seen any of my past videos, I talk about this issue, about how I got it. This book is a lot of firsts for me. It is my first 9.8. It was my first signature, and it was my first slab. So a lot of firsts. So this book's never going to leave my collection. I'm going to keep on holding on to this thing forever, even though it's probably not worth a whole lot of pennies. That's okay. It's pretty cool. Let me bring back here. Let me see if I can pop up my screen without breaking stuff. Share screen. Here we go. So Green Lantern Silver Surfer. This starts off a city, a space city has been destroyed by Hank Henshaw. And who comes to save the day right out of the gate is the Silver Surfer. So you have a Hank Henshaw Silver Surfer battle right out of the gate, which is pretty cool. They go at it. Hank Henshaw, Silver Surfer have this huge, space battle. Cut to Tim's favorite Spice Girl, Kyle Rayner. He looks like he's doing some kind of drawing of some kind. His ring is telling him, hey, man, evil's afoot. Go help out. So he dons his Green Lantern ring, and he comes across Thanos, of all people. A really strange-looking Thanos, which is pretty cool. Hank Henshaw and the Silver Surfer still duking it out in space. In comes Parallax, Green Lantern Parallax, Hal Jordan Parallax. But it's weird because he calls him Cyborg, which is weird. But anyway, cutting back to Kyle Rayner and Thanos. Thanos is getting the upper hand on him, hits him with a rock, hits him with Kyle Rayner with a rock, and he's down. That's it. Literally just a rock has brought down. Oh wait, that wasn't Thanos. I don't know who that was, but he's Thanos, as you can see in his little garb or whatever. Parallax is telling Hank Henshaw to get lost. Jumps on the Silver Surfer, which is pretty cool. You see Hal Jordan Parallax on Silver Surfer's surfboard. We cut back. Is this supposed to be Mongol? Man, you know what? I thought I knew this story. I was like, man, I don't got to read that. I know this story by heart. Turns out I don't. So Thanos defeats him, and he's talking with Kyle Rayner, and he says it right there. I am Thanos. Little different from the Josh Borland Thanos, but I thought this was pretty weird. Kyle Rayner, of all the things he could possibly do to sit on, he gets a backwards chair. His imagination goes wild. He gets a backwards chair. Little different, and he's trying to do the cool 90s, hey, I'm sitting on a backwards chair. Look at how weird I am. You can relate to me, kind of thing. Parallax and Silver Surfer are in space. They're trying to defeat Thanos, but Thanos decides, you know what? Kyle Rayner, I like your ring. I'm going to take it. So, excuse me. Kyle Rayner, not Kyle Rayner. Hal Jordan and Parallax come back down to Earth, and they see Thanos. And actually, I'm going to cut this end right here towards the end. Where is it? Because there's a lot of meat to this book. This is definitely going to take a long time. So, Hal Jordan, Parallax, and Thanos fight, which is pretty cool. So you have a Thanos versus Parallax fight, and then you have a Parallax versus Silver Surfer fight in this book. Cut to right here where you have like their like auras or whatever, like fighting in the background, which is pretty cool. Kyle Rayner comes in and he saves the Silver Surfer. Have you ever seen Thanos get put into a headlock by Parallax? Well, here you go. Here's the panel for you. I thought that was pretty wild. And then it turns into Kyle Rayner and Silver Surfer versus Thanos and Parallax, trying to save the world. Cutting to the end right here. Obviously, the good guys come out on top. And Green Lantern and the Silver Surfer become the best of buds, which is pretty cool. Not the most riveting review, but then again, it's not a great story. But that's it. And then Thanos runs into space with his tail between his legs.
Interesting.
But one thing I want to point out about the Silver Surfer is DC almost used him again very recently.
Really?
Very recently. Dark Knight's Death Metal. I forget what it was. He was going to be in issue 1 where he goes through the source wall, breaks through the source wall. And it was supposed to be Silver Surfer on the other side of the source wall.
That would have been cool.
That would have been awesome. But, you know, Disney doesn't like to play well with others.
No.
But that is it for me. Let me remove this from here, and we'll pass things over to you.
Okay. Well, the book I chose isn't so much retro. It's only a couple years old, but it is a signed book that at that same C2E2 2019 that I was talking about where I met Tyler Hoechlin. I got some autographs too. And this one, I decided we're going to get doubly signed because 2 of the people involved with it were there. So this is Superman, I think it's volume 4, issue number 39. We have it signed up here by Patrick Gleason, who was one of the co-writers for the story. And then Chris Burnham, the cover artist, signed it as well, right there on Superman's shield.
Patrick Gleason is high on my want list for autographs.
He was so nice. And, you know, he is actually right now with the covers that he's doing over at Marvel, they are, you know, he's just on fire over there right now with his covers. So
what did he charge by chance? Do you remember?
$5, I think.
Per signature?
Yeah.
That's reasonable. That's fair.
Yeah, definitely fair. So our story starts out with Superman fighting the Demolition Crew. And they're just in the end of wrapping up this battle as our issue starts. And it's being witnessed by a group of kids inside a children's hospital. And, you know, they think it's so cool. There's Superman is actually there. So when that gets done, Superman heads over to the children's hospital. And this is a children's cancer patients. And he heads over there to have a discussion with some of the staff. He wants to do something for the kids. In the meantime, this one kid in particular is telling everyone else, he's like, Superman is here. I can't believe it. Superman is here. And the kids are all excited. They're like, I thought he just flew away. And they're like, no. Latif, I believe is his name, is this kid that's excited. Superman gets permission. He has a ride from courtesy of Green Lantern, and he takes the kids into space. Superman assures the doctors and the parents that their well-being will be the top priority. So Superman is talking with the kids as they start traveling into space, courtesy of Green Lantern. And they hit the part where it's zero gravity, so the kids can feel what it's like to fly around. And they're already having the time of their lives. And then there it is, the Justice League satellite. And that is their destination. So the kids arrive, and the JLA is there to meet them. I've actually seen this page used before in a Superman coloring book, so it's a pretty iconic page. So Superman says, actually first the Justice League bonds with the kids, and they have fun with them around the satellite and playing with them and giving them tours. But Superman says, you're here because you have to complete a scavenger hunt. So he gives them the list of things that they have to find in their scavenger hunt, and whoever collects the most will win a special prize. But the final thing on the list is you need a picture of Batman smiling, and he hands all the kids cell phones, and off they go. So the kids are roaming around the satellite looking for the things on their scavenger list. They find things like Green Lantern's battery. They find Wonder Woman's lasso. They find Aquaman's trident. And I should jump back here in the middle. We have one of the kids trying to get Batman to smile, and Batman is having none of it. So, and I have to say how cool it was that Superman disguised his cape as curtains for the scavenger hunt. So Lateef finds the cape, and he comes back, and everyone's kind of found one item. So they're all kind of tied, but Lateef decides he's going to take a crack at Batman. So he goes over to Batman, and he whispers something in his ear. And the end result is a smile that gets photographed by all the kids. So Lateef is our winner of the scavenger hunt. And Wonder Woman essentially says to him, well, what did you say to get Batman to smile? And he says, I told him a joke. And Batman says, it was funny. So Lateef, has won the extra prize. He says, can I take someone with me, or can we all experience it? And Superman says, yeah, you all can go. And there's this real quiet moment before they head off where Lateef tells Superman about this friend of his that he knew in the hospital, and how he wishes she was here on this trip, but she passed away, a few weeks ago. And Superman tells him how she is here with you now, and she's experiencing this, and she's happy for you. And don't be sad for her, because, she's still with you. So Superman takes these kids to the moon, where they write their name on a rock that is promised to stay longer than any person's lifespan. These rocks will still be there with their name. And before Superman takes them back, the kids say, can we just stay for an extra moment? And Superman says, yeah, we can do that. And they just look at the earth.
That's a nice, wholesome issue.
It is. A friend of mine, I bought a couple copies of this, knowing I was going to get Patrick Gleason to sign it. And a friend of mine, she had never read a comic book before. And I read this issue in the hotel room the day before we met Patrick Gleason. And I said, read this. And she's kind of like, well, show me how to hold a comic book. Show me how to read a comic book. So I did. And she had tears in her eyes at the end. And I understand that that's such an awesome story. And there's a man in Canada. I don't know if he's still doing this. He was doing this 2 years ago. I don't know if he still is or not. He was collecting as many issues as he could get of that Superman number 39. And he was sending them to hospitals with kids with cancer, so they can have that to read for inspiration. And he not only had he bought a ton of copies and was continuing to buy a lot of copies, people were sending him copies of this book to be able to go out and do that and send to those kids. And I think that that's such a noble cause. I think that the kids would find it as inspiring as I find it. I mean, when you have a book that solicits such an emotion, right, that's a well done book. Mm-hmm. And this is just a case for me that you don't need no big multi-issue arc. Sometimes you can do it all in one single issue. And I was especially happy that this is the one that I got signed by Patrick Gleason for my collection.
Is there a variant to that issue that you know of?
Yeah, there is. I'll show you what that cover looks like. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I thought you had that one signed too. Yeah, it's right here.
No, I
Check
don't.
it out.
The variant cover, I actually like a little bit better, but
Oh yeah, okay. That is neat. Yeah, like you're right. I like that one better.
yeah, you see the kids dressed up as the Justice League. So
That's cool. I like that.
yeah, it was a really good story and fun and inspiring.
Yes. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. That's a good issue. I can see why that one's popular. So now we're gonna move on to the book show. I use the word book show loosely here. But I'm still gonna show a different book. So let me find my screen here. So I showed you the Green Lantern Silver Surfer book. Where's Tony's Arlie? You know what? I'll go get that. I'll go get that. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll show it. But yeah, so I showed this was the book I reviewed, but I'm going to show this book too, only because I love it so much. This is Dark Knight's Metal #1, and you kind of can't see it because there's a glare. This is a CBCS 9.4. See if I can do this. No, maybe not. It will be in the way. But anyway, up at the top here, this one is from the personal collection of Scott Snyder. So this was Scott Snyder's book, which is kind of cool. And it is notated up here. It says from the personal collection of Scott Snyder. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This is one book that I'm going to show you. And I pulled this one last minute just so I could say I have a book show. But what I really was going to show was this.
What is that?
This is a poster that my LCS hooked me up with. It's a poster / map. And it is ginormous. I can't even fit it all on one screen. This is a poster of I forget the name of it, but wherever Batman Who Laughs is from. But it has everything on here. In fact, I don't know if you can see it, like right in the middle. Right in the middle. Up at see how there's different islands, like the main island in the middle, top right. That's a new Themyscira, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And up at the very top right, you have the Land of the Nine Rings, which is the green. There's every lantern spectrum, which is cool. I tried to get this to show better, but the only way I could get it to show any better at all was because it's so big. I was like really far away, and you couldn't even see anything anyway.
Gotcha.
But this was a giant poster that my LCS hooked me up with, and it is the coolest. Let me move it around for a little bit. Maybe you can see a little better. But it's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's ginormous. And then you have, where is it? This is all called the, probably can't read it, but it's called the Arkham Wasteland. Wherever that is. But yeah, this is a big map of the Metalverse is what it's called. And then you have this Superman legend compass thing. But this was my favorite up here, the Kingdom of the Nine Rings, which is pretty cool. Or Valley of the Nine Rings. Or Valley of the Rainbow Rings, I should say. It's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's neat.
But,
so is that just a promo poster, or is that available for someone to purchase as well?
It's a promo poster. I did see that on the poster itself, but it was pretty cool. I was happy. They gave me a stack of posters, like all kinds of posters. Where's this one? Right here. So I don't know if these posters are going to be really popular or not, but They gave them to me anyway because I'm a big poster guy. When I worked at the hospital, they would give me ones that were like super kid friendly, and I would just give them to kids, which is kind of cool. But I got a cool. I guess you really don't need to see it. You've seen the cover.
Yep.
Which is pretty awesome. I got this really unique one that I've never seen before. This one is a. See if I can put on here. Rock the Vote poster, where it goes into the history of voting, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if you recognize the art. I don't know if you can tell me who that is. And it doesn't say, which is pretty cool. It just talks about, it says it right here. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it just says art by Josh Reed does the art. So whoever Josh Reed is, he did a pretty good job. But that's it for my book show. What do you got?
Well, I thought since the theme tonight was signed books that I'd stay right with that 2019 C2E2, where I picked up this cover, this Wonder Woman 64B cover, signed by Artgerm.
Whoa, let me blow you up here 1 second. That is pretty cool.
Got it personalized as well. This is my favorite Artgerm Wonder Woman.
That is a good one. I think I have that one.
I just love this one. And
what number is that? What issue?
This is 64, the B cover.
I do have it. That is badass. How much does he charge for signature?
I think he was $5 as well. He was $5 or $10, but I think he was $5.
He's something that in my opinion, he's someone who could charge $20, and I think people would still line up.
Oh, I think so. And there was a massive line. I think he only did one signing at C2E2, but he was there like all 4 days, but only actually did one signing at his booth.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know, but he was doing interviews and other stuff. He was around. It's just, just for signing, he wasn't. So. And also, too, since you showed something else besides a comic book, there are new Hershey's superhero. Last year that they put out some candy bars with wrappers. There's a new wave here for, I got it, National Weather Service, tornado warning.
Oh, nice. The beauty of living in the Midwest.
Yeah. So it's got different artwork, though, than the ones from 2020. So keep that out. Keep an eye out there at your favorite supermarket. You can get some superhero.
That is the coolest. That's so cool. I'm about like 25 minutes away from the factory.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, in Hershey, Pennsylvania, of all places.
Yeah, I'd be going there. I'd be like, more.
It's funny if you're ever there, or if you make it to this side of the country, it's definitely worth a stop because not only do they let you tour the factories and stuff, but it's a theme park, roller coasters, all that good stuff, and it's all chocolate themed stuff and all Hershey's products. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's a little corny, but it's for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
There's even like a cool 3D ride that you go on, which is pretty fun.
Nice. So, do you have time that I can ask you a question, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, go ahead. I got nothing going on.
I was just saying that we kind of blew through everything real fast.
We did.
I thought I would ask you, since last week when we were on Flashpoint Comics channel, Fu popped in and kind of gave his version of your meeting. Is there any rebuttal or any side of your story that you want to tell? And I have been tasked to ask you one important question.
Yes.
What's this deal with Harley Quinn?
Oh, that's right. I gotta get the book.
All right. We've been waiting a week, fanboys, for these answers, and we're about to find out.
So this is the book. Let me pop it up here on my little paper art. But this is the one, and Tim got it for me, and it is for it being a Harley Quinn book, it's a pretty beautiful cover. So this is Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Harley's Little Black Book. I'm not familiar with that storyline. This came out in I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think this was New 52.
Mm-hmm. It looks
I'm not
like
sure.
it. With Traitorous, it looks like it.
But it is a beautiful cover. I'm very happy to have it. Very, very thankful for it. But the review of my road trip as a whole was awesome. And I picked up a lot of books, which is a great segue to say, hop over to my channel if you have not seen what books I picked up yet, other than this one. But there's I picked up a lot of books. But yeah, you know what? This is my first time in St. Louis. Can honestly say, you know what? I'm not a huge fan, but that's okay. I figured I wouldn't like it anyway. I'm not a really big city guy.
So I think that you didn't go to the Arch.
I drove past it. I was a little pressed for time. But I wish I did have more time. Honestly, if I had more time, I probably would spend it all at STL Comics, because that place is amazing. And I would just spend hours there looking. They have long boxes from wall to wall. It was amazing. But anyway, I got to meet Retro Tigo, a great member of our community, and Tim the Comic Collector in St. Louis. It was the coolest. Those guys are awesome. One fun fact about Retro Tigo that I didn't know is that guy is all tatted up, which is cool. He doesn't.
Is it superhero or different, all sorts of stuff.
It's all kinds of stuff, which is, it's cool. I like tattoos, and the art is great. He's not like the kind of guy that I ever would have imagined having tattoos. But yeah, Justin Nerd hits it right on the head. Never thought I'd say that. Trust me neither. And Tim is a lot taller than I imagined. I don't know why. I don't know why.
He's not Adam sized.
He's not Adam sized. He doesn't drive around, like or he needs like a special car. Not that that's what I was envisioning, but he's just taller than I thought he was going to be. Both are great dudes. I wish I had more time to hang out with them. I really did. I got to meet Tim's cute little girls. Very awesome. Overall, it was just a great trip, minus my hotel stay in St. Louis. If I would have gotten out of there without a bed bug, it would have been great. Luckily, so far, I haven't found one, but you never know.
Hopefully not.
And then I drove to Nashville area to hang out with Comic Fu. And, he's an awesome guy. He invited me into his home for dinner. So that was really nice of him. And boy, did he cook up a nice meal. Him and his wife cooked up a beautiful meal. I had an absolute blast hanging out with him. I will say about his room that he does it all the time. He does the YouTube in. It is way bigger in person than you possibly could imagine.
Really?
It is his vaulted ceiling in that room.
Wow.
It is so cool, his room. It is his little tours he does on YouTube don't do it any justice. If you're ever in the area, reach out to Comic Fu. Just ask. It is worth the tour, if nothing else. His home is beautiful, and his room is it is pure geek nirvana. You know what I mean? It is amazing. And even his wife does a little bit of collecting on the side. I think it's mostly toys and stuff, but like just how everything is displayed and put together, it is what we all wish we had, for sure.
That's cool.
And he took me to an LCS, and I can't. Oh, it's actually not. That's not the card. But anyway, he took me to an LCS. It was a new LCS, and it only been open for like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 4 months. But anyways, it was super new. And even they had a lot of stuff for being a new shop. A lot of pops, a lot of toys. And Comic Fu is a tremendous dude in the community. And double high five for him for hanging out with me. That's for sure.
So did he hide his furry stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Because you don't spring the full, your full freak on someone the first time that they come to visit you.
Yeah. I missed Lady Fantastic. We didn't get a chance to hang out, but hey, you know what? There's always next time.
I got a feeling she's a pistol.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure she's a lot of fun to hang out with too. But yeah, next time. Overall, a great trip. Not a huge fan of driving from Tennessee to Central Pennsylvania, but it was well worth the trip, just for the experience alone, and hanging out with these guys. So that's a lot of fun, and a trip I totally would make again. In fact, I want to take my wife and the little one. I want to do the Superman Museum as a family, and I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I think so too. I haven't gone yet. I've really wanted to go.
How far is it from you? It's got to be like 5 or 6 hours, right?
Yeah, if not a little more. I mean, I can be in Illinois, in an hour, but the problem is where
it's on literally the opposite end of Illinois.
It's completely down at the bottom of Illinois, and that's I'm coming in more near Galena, Illinois, down by Dubuque, Iowa, where Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois all kind of segue together. But yeah, I want to go so bad, and I know they've got their Superman celebration coming up. I always thought I think it'd be fun to go, even if it wasn't the celebration. But I bet the celebration is a blast.
Ooh, you're right. I didn't think of that. That would be cool.
And as this is probably the third time I've said this on the show, it's too late to do it for this year. But man, next year the Superman celebration, we do Fanboys Live from the statue, and then we have all the cosplayers surrounding us, and then in my mind we're treated like rock stars, and I don't know where you get a limo at in Metropolis, Illinois, but there's limos that are bringing us in. And,
oh, okay. Well, it's funny because it's about halfway between Tim and Comic Fu. They would meet, right in Metropolis, which I think would be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be too. So,
and one thing I did notice about Metropolis, I looked it up on Google Maps. There's no comic book store in Metropolis.
Do they sell comic books in the museum though?
I'm sure that they sell, but I got to imagine it's probably Superman comics. Maybe I don't know if it's new issues.
It's a lot of DC, because I know that they have more. My friend was just through there a couple weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and took some pictures. And there was a lot of Wonder Woman stuff I saw in there too.
Oh, okay.
And there's like one room that's all Supergirl. I mean, I know that's a related field, but I know one thing that they do have, that they are the only place that has it. They have the only complete screen-worn Christopher Reeve costume. Now, other people have pieces, like someone might have the cape, and someone might have the tunic, and someone might have the boots, or someone might have the belt. But they have a complete screen-worn
Christopher Reeve have everything. Costume. That is cool.
Matter of fact, I think that they have complete Superman screen-worn costumes from every actor who has played Superman, I believe. So,
how is this place funded? Is this like someone's private collection they're just showing off?
It is someone's private collection, and apparently this guy, and I know this from watching Collector's Call on MeTV. They did an episode in the Superman Museum down in Metropolis, and that was hosted by Lisa Whelchel, who you might remember from The Facts of Life. She played Blair on The Facts of Life.
Yep.
But this guy who actually owns all this stuff, when he was a little kid back in the 50s and 60s, was charging people a nickel just to go through his room to see all of his collectibles. So he had the idea way back then that this could be something. And luckily he's still here with us to see how that has grown and progressed, and his kids are into it as well. And
good. So it sounds like it's going to be around a really long time.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I think that would be fun. Everyone just meet at Metropolis.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you look at a map, just east of Metropolis, you will find Central City, Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was thinking to myself, like, dude, there has to be, like, come on, you're right down the road. Central City, like, come on, man. That would be so awesome. They're missing, if they're not, they're missing a huge opportunity.
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd build me 2 theme parks, one in each city, and you get a discount to go to the other one once you went to one.
Yeah, if you present a ticket that says, hey, I was there, boom, like 20% off or something.
Yep. That
would be fun. That would be really fun. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to go to the Superman Museum. I really wish I had the time, but like I said, it was about 6-hour drive from St. Louis to Nashville.
Mhm.
So I had to hurry up, otherwise I wasn't going to make it to Nashville on time. And I really
Yeah.
wanted to make it, but overall, it was worth it. It was absolute pleasure to meet everyone involved for sure.
It sounds like you
Why?
had a good
What did Comic Fu say about me?
Oh, he said it was horrible. He said you just came in and was
Just
just a
kick the
mean
door,
cuck, yeah.
disrespectful.
And the dog, just got a bad sense about you, so there was constant barking.
That's
And
right. I met his dog Leia, and he
Leia,
was telling me this
does
story.
it have cinnamon buns for ears?
Yes. Yeah, she's a good dog. She's a good dog. But yeah, absolute wonderful family. It's funny because I was wearing a Superman shirt
Mhm.
when I met up with him, and his son was there too, and he opened the door, also wearing a Superman shirt.
Twinnies.
I'm like, hey, what's going on? But it was a lot of fun. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for sure. Two great dudes in our community. Now I'm like, it was so fun. Like I'm thinking, like, who's around me? You know what I mean? That's also part of the YouTube community. A few people out by Pittsburgh, but
Mhm.
other than that, I think the closest one is probably big guys in our community. Comic Books NYC's like
Mhm.
3 hours away.
Yeah. And then
and-
once you're there, I mean, Copy's right nearby.
oh yeah, that's right. Copy.
Yeah.
Although Copy,
Yeah, that disappointment we have from him.
yeah, that's
still
right. We're
lingers.
disappointed. He did not go to the Electric Band-Aid.
Yeah. The electric
So,
Band-Aid or the tangerine trolley.
or the Tangerine Trolley. He is slipping.
Yep.
He's on thin ice. But yeah, if you're ever in the St. Louis area or Nashville area, give those dudes a heads up, and definitely give them a shout out and let them know you're in town. It'll be a lot of fun, especially when you hit up their LCSs. There are so many LCSs around Comic Fu's neck of the woods.
Mhm.
Most of them were closed by the time we were ready to go hunting, but if you're there like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, oh my God, there's like 5.
Wow. So you didn't make it to the Great Escape?
Didn't make it to the Great Escape. They closed like right as I was pulling into town.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah. Or you can, yeah, you know what? I could come to NY. You're right. My wife, I think, would really enjoy the trip. I'm only like 3 hours on the train. It's faster if I drive, but yeah, who
Well,
wants to drive to New York City?
It's faster if Flash takes you.
Absolutely. And what's
Yeah.
nice is I can get on the train like maybe 10 minutes from my house, and the train drops you off like downtown Manhattan.
Oh wow, that's where I stayed when I went. Was right down in Times Square.
Yeah, like they take you right downtown, which is awesome. And it's the train, so I don't got to worry about nothing.
Mhm.
And it was surprisingly clean too. It was my first ever like Amtrak ride, and it just blew me away how clean it was.
Wow.
Or maybe they knew I was coming because I was still in the army at the time, and I had to wear like my dress uniform.
Mhm.
So maybe they just knew I was coming. They're like, "Oh, clean up, everybody! Everybody, grab a broom and a Brillo pad."
It's all for you. You're making America cleaner one state at a time.
You're just taking the tram. That's all you got to do. Take the
Right.
tram. I think would be a fun trip is taking the train from New York to Seattle or Los Angeles. I think would be
Yeah,
fun.
it'd be a haul.
It would be, but they got those train cars that are like apartments,
Hmm.
which I think would be a fun thing to do. Might get a little bit cramped.
I
could
would
borrow-
probably think nothing of waiting for something like Murder on the Orient Express to happen. And every time I think of a every time you hear about a passenger train, it's some fictional story where there was a murder involved too.
Yeah, I'm
saying.
down. I'm down for Midtown. That would be fun. Midtown and Mile High are my two LCSs I really want to hit up.
Yeah, I've been to Midtown. I've been to two of the
Yeah.
Midtown locations.
How many are there? Isn't there only two?
There's three. I
Three.
think there's three. I've been to two of them. Yeah, it was clean and it was big. I mean, the one is 2 levels, you know.
Really?
Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff, but when I went up and when I got up and I thought I'm going to go through the back issues and this is going to be Nirvana, you know. There
Nothing
wasn't
really?
that many.
Kinda
There was maybe a handful of Silver Age Jimmy Olsen comic books, and that was it for Silver Age. There was a few Bronze Age, but not much more than a handful, a couple handfuls, you know, Marvel and DC together. And it was just more. It's more stuff that's currently in print. If you're looking for something that's in print, you'll have no problem finding.
Okay.
You know, and I'm talking about trade paperbacks too, or omnibuses or whatever. It's a great, and it's great to see all, you know, so much space devoted to all the stuff, and like their statues, all the statues in the display cases. I mean, it just went, you look at the statues and then, you know, the windows are behind them too. So you'd see this nice little skyline outside.
Awesome.
And that was amazing. But compared to where I've shopped at places like in Chicago, man, Chicago's selection for back issues was good. Although I hear in New York, you know, there's one place that's only open, I think, once a month, Koch Comics, I think. And it's literally like a warehouse where you feel like you might need a tetanus shot before you go. But they have everything.
I've heard that before. I've heard
NYC has a video going there from, I don't know, a year or two ago. It's pretty interesting to watch.
What we got to do is plan some kind of big meetup for everybody. You know what I mean? Pick
Yeah.
a city like New York or Chicago, really,
Mhm.
and just go. You know, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Midtown has got, yeah, right. You're right. You're right. Not great issue to shop for. You're right. But I heard Mile High's got a lot of stuff, a ton of back
I've heard
issues.
that, but I've heard the prices are really mile
The
high.
problem I heard that too. The problem with Mile High is he knows what he has.
Yeah.
Not like that's bad. That's
Mhm.
not bad. But I mean, like, if I know I've got this, you know, $400 book, you know, best better believe I'm getting at least $500 for it. You know,
You know
I mean?
what? You know what I've heard, and granted, this is a rumor, but I've heard it enough that I think it's true. I hear that Mile High has a raw copy of Action Comics #1 that would grade in the 9s.
Yes, I have heard that too. And
Mhm.
on their YouTube channel, they show it.
Oh, they
It
do?
is-
Okay.
It is true. I've seen it, not with my own eyes, only
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the video. But
Could you
Uh,
imagine?
he can hold it. He can hold it like this. I just want to be next to him and take a picture. I don't
Yeah.
even want to hold it.
Yeah.
I just want to take the picture. That would be fun. It's when I was a kid, we went to Winnipeg, Canada, to a gold mine, and they would let you hold like a giant, like a solid gold bar worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the guy, like, you can get the picture, but the guy has to hold on to you while you take the picture. And I was like,
So you
bro,
can
this is a
focus on
mine. This is a mine, man. There's only one way I'm going.
You know,
I'm
that's
going one
similar
way.
to what they do with me. You know, when I get my picture taken with Linda Carter, there's someone holding on to me so I don't hold on to her.
Really?
No.
Oh. Oh man, she came to Baltimore Comic-Con like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and I really wanted to go, but I couldn't. Not on that day. I think the wife was about ready to pop and give
Mhm.
birth, so I couldn't go far. I can only do like a few hours on a Sunday, and Linda Carter wasn't even there for signing autographs. You had to catch her like the Friday before she was singing. Yeah.
I think they had some type of thing like you could buy a VIP package that got you an autograph, but you didn't meet her and she didn't sign it in front of you. Like, she went and signed a bunch of photos and they gave you one of those, but they were authentically signed by her.
Sure. I don't want that. I want to hand her the book. Please sign this book. That's what I want.
That's what I was lucky. That was my experience. I handed her the stuff I wanted to sign and she signed it. So
Lucky devil.
yeah,
Dan
you know,
Piercy. I don't know if you know him at
yeah,
all.
I do. Mhm.
Great guy. He had a signed Gal Gadot book that he sold. It's not even my book, and I'm heartbroken
Yeah,
that he sold it.
I'm lucky. I've got a signed and personalized 8x10 of Gal as Wonder Woman.
That's awesome.
Not that I wouldn't take more, but at least I have that. So, and I'm really excited. London Film and Comic Con is coming up next. Is it next month or is it August? But it's coming up. It might be August. And there's a place where you can get You can even do send-ins, or you can have them, pick out a photo and they'll get it signed for you too. And if you need it personalized too, they'll do that. It's a little bit extra for personalization. But Lily Aspel is going to be there, and she played young Diana in both Wonder Woman movies.
Oh, very cool.
And so I'm planning on what she was asking was really reasonable, even after the exchange rate. So I'm going to go through this company, which is Showmaster Sales, by the way, if you just want to Google them for anyone.
What by chance? How much did you charge?
I think what it converts to in US dollars was 20
US dollars.
Yeah. But then the shipping too from them to send
sure.
it from
it's probably like another 20 or 30 bucks.
It's like 15 I think. So
bro,
I'm going to take advantage of that. I've worked with them before. They got me the actress that plays Etta Candy. I got a signed and personalized photo of her. I got 2 of the guys that were in Steve Trevor's posse, in the World War I from the first movie. I got 2 of those guys. So yeah. And those actors actually live overseas. They don't live here in the States. So I figured, the odds of them even coming to the United States
never
to a convention is so low that, and you get a COA with these, so it's all good.
Send me that. What was the name of that? We might have to talk offline, but I really that if it's that cheap, that's to me that's cheap. That is
I mean,
very
but
reasonable.
She's one of the lower priced ones, but I mean, there's other
I might do that.
bigger headliners there that are charging more, a lot more, but yeah, it's still I can attest to that. I've used them 2 or 3 times, and it's been a positive experience every time. Takes a little while after the event's over before you get your stuff.
That's understandable.
Exactly. I mean, they've got thousands of orders that they've got to now sort and send out, and then they have to come from Paris or wherever to hit us. So,
man. So that would be nice to we'll have to get Gray Man on the show and ask him about Comic Cons, what they are in the UK. Yeah. But if you've been checking out Simple Simon series, he goes and does a lot of interviews in Australia for Comic Cons. I went to when I was in Germany. I went to a comic convention. I use that word very loosely because in how we perceive a comic convention, that is not what it is at all. But it was still kind of fun. Like they think like trade paperbacks, like that's a comic book. Technically that's not wrong. But they just do things a little bit different over there.
I just don't think that they have as much selection as we do.
They get all the back issues. And they get the new stuff. Yeah. But for some reason,
there was some stuff that never made its way internationally, at least in some places. So,
and there's a more emphasis on trade paperbacks, and there are single issues, which is kind of weird. When I was in Sweden, I went to a comic shop in Stockholm, which was awesome, by the way. You can get your single issue floppies in Swedish.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Which is cool. I loved it too. I didn't buy any because I'm an idiot. And it was a lot of fun. In fact, it's right down the street from the Texas Roadhouse in Stockholm.
Who knew that there was one of those?
And it's funny because the Texas Roadhouse is like what people think a Texas Roadhouse is like that have never actually been to Texas or America.
It's not like that at all.
It is not like it. It's worth, if you're in Stockholm, check out the Texas Roadhouse and the comic book store. But what's great is each country in Europe has like a big comic book store, which was kind of awesome. And I did buy a few things over there, especially in Prague, Czech Republic. They have like the biggest one I've ever seen, and it's inside of this gigantic mall, and it's like 2 or 3 stories. And they've got toys, they've got pops, they got comics, they got everything you can possibly think of. Well,
I've got coming up in a few weeks on my channel. I got an AOK from VV to unbox, and Varangian Vigilante, who's over in Austria. So I know that he uses this big German company, and the books, the DC books, are done by Panini. Is the company that does those. Well, oh, he was such a lifesaver for me. Last year, beginning of last year, January of last year, Wonder Woman 750 came out here in the US, and there was over 50 variant covers for that issue. Some
Yep.
were retailer exclusives, whatever. Well, 750 finally came out about 2 months ago over in Germany, and they had an exclusive cover over there that was never here in the States, and VV got me one.
Which one is mine? Is this the 750? Yeah, I got the George Perez. This George
Oh, you got
Perez?
the 1980s decade.
Yeah, I got the 1980s.
Yep,
George
that's a
Perez.
great one.
You know what? I should probably get him to sign this. And Laura Martin. Okay, I have a whole bunch of Laura Martin stuff. So that fit nicely in my collection.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You know what? I'm surprised. Like, I mean, foreign comics are very sought after here, but not as much as I thought they would be.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they'd be like huge. My brother is in Mexico right now, grabbing me some more Mexican exclusive covers.
Yeah.
I told him to keep an eye out for the Dark Knight's Death Metal Megadeth, the band cover.
Yeah.
I guess they did a cover, and I want it. So, and
you saw the Mexican Wonder Woman variant that I just showed on my channel, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a whole series of those. They did a whole month of those.
Yeah, I saw that
in Mexico. So, and some of the covers, like the Aquaman cover, was pretty cool too, I thought.
Yeah. After I saw yours, I went on eBay just to see, because when you said there was a series, I want to see what the other covers were. They're all very similar in that art style.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but well,
Calavera.
Yeah, that sounds right. Like that. Yeah, aloe vera something. I don't know.
Yeah, aloe vera. Yeah. I really wanted to find a Flash one for Flashpoint, and I actually did find a Flash one, but it was not in good condition. I mean, it wasn't. I wouldn't want to give it to him in that condition that it was in, especially for the amount of money they were asking for that condition.
Yeah,
and so
it's funny you mention that, because there's not a whole lot of comics. I think I have. I got this. My brother, when he was in Mexico City, he went to this place in Mexico City, which is like a big comic book store, one of the bigger ones in the whole country of Mexico. And like the books there were like stupid cheap, like incredibly cheap. But it's funny, think about it. You could go to Mexico, grab all these exclusive Mexican comics, drive over the border, and sell them for like 8 times what you paid for, and people will buy them. And it's insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? There's really never any Canadian exclusive variants. There are, but not that many. And for some reason, Mexico has a lot of exclusive variants that you can only get in Mexico.
Yep. You know what Canada has that I wish that I could have in my collection, especially the Wonder Woman one. If I couldn't have the whole set, just the Wonder Woman one. And you have to forgive me, because as I'm talking, I think a train will be going by in the background. I hear the train coming. Anyway, in the early 1980s, like around 81 or so, they had a whole series of DC Comics little mini comic books that came out of cereal boxes.
Yes.
And the stories were exclusive to them, though. So they were original stories, original art, and it's never been available here in the United States. And man, I mean, there's like maybe 12 of them, I think. I mean, there's Supergirl, Green Lantern, the Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, just a slew of them. I'd love to have those.
Yeah, variant covers are weird. You think like, why would you alienate one part of the earth, and just your market's 100%. You focus on one country, you're screwing everybody else. But I mean, whatever. You don't find any America only variants. You can only get this. It's an America exclusive.
Yeah.
Which I think is silly. But going back to some of those Mexican variants, it tells you, Mexico exclusive variant. Like, come on, man. In fact, I should be getting my books back from CBCS, and I have some DC Comics Mexico slabs coming my way. Hopefully that'll come back sooner rather than later. because it's going on like 16 weeks. That's a whole nother controversy, but we won't get into that. Yeah, we right at about an hour, so we'll keep things under wraps here. What you got coming up on your YouTube channel, man?
Awesome. So this upcoming week, I have a haul from Half Price Books where
Awesome.
I picked up some. I think everything was $1 except for one book, which was $2.50. So I usually don't have as good of luck as I had this time at Half Price Books. So I'm going to share that dropping on Tuesday. Coming up very soon on my channel, I have a giveaway that I'm just going to start teasing now, and it will be 12 prizes going to one person. And there is vintage DC in there. There's Marvel. All the details are coming real soon. So if you haven't subbed to my channel, search for Magic Lasso. I am very close to the 500 mark. So just sub up now, then you won't have to worry about, you'll know instantly when this content launches, but it will be coming soon.
How many subs do you have right now?
You know how you get subs and then YouTube will take some away and then they give them back to you eventually. Right now I'm at 488, but I know I'm really in the 490s.
Yeah, because I know for a while it was you and I were like neck and neck. We're like 440, 441.
Yeah.
And then I put out a video and I lose 10 subscribers. I know that's has nothing to do with it, but I thought the timing
I know the timing on that. You're kind of like, what? This is not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, like, is my content that bad?
Your content's great.
But it's good, man. You said stay tuned for more. I was gonna say give us a teaser, but I don't want to spoil anything. We can wait for your channel for you to spoil things.
You know what? Give me 1 second here, okay?
Okay. We'll hold off. So, who knows what kind of exclusive inside look that we're getting here? Tony Fed exclusive look at Magic Lasso's super cool 500 subscriber giveaway. So if you're not subscribed to him,
I don't want to show the whole thing. I just want to show a little bit. That's my goal. Now, with my luck, I'll show the entire thing. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Let me blow you up.
This is part of one of the 12 prizes.
Okay. Yeah, that is a peek. I can.
You can guess on
it's Superman. It's Superman, obviously. Yeah, Superman. But I mean, like, to see what it actually is, I couldn't even begin to guess.
All right. It's vintage, I'll tell you that.
Awesome. That sounds a lot of fun. So sub him up if you have not done so. If you live under a YouTube rock, I feel bad for you.
22.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sub me up too. Don't forget.
How many channels can you go to that has red carpet? Sub the man up.
Right? Look at this. Beautiful.
I don't want you to. I don't want you to ever get rid of that.
I'm getting rid of it, bro.
No, I want you to keep that.
One of my favorite hoodies of all time is red, the same shade as red, and I want to wear it, and I can't because the camera has a hard time focusing on what's me and what isn't. Yeah. So I can't, unfortunately.
That's like wearing green shirt on a green screen.
Yes. I can't wait to get rid of it. I'm going to get some nice linoleum flooring. You know what? And just for you, I'm going to shampoo the carpet, cut you out a little 1 inch by 1 inch square, and I'll send it to you.
Awesome. I will frame it.
I'll sign it too. Why not? I'll sign it.
Do it.
But on my channel, I just posted my comic haul I got from this road trip. So head over and check that out. And I talk about, my really cool comics I picked up as a gift from Tim the Comic Collector. And you know what? I feel bad because I had something I wanted to give Dave and I forgot.
Was it the flu?
The flu?
Yeah.
No, it was not the flu.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, that would be a funny gift. But luckily, I think he's going to be in my neck of the woods very shortly. So we'll get to redo. And we're going to hit up some comic book shops too if he comes in here. There's one I really wanted to check out. Dimension X Toys and Collectibles in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. They're a great shop too. I know he's subbed here too. So if you see this, put some in my box. But that's it. I don't have a whole lot of content coming up planned. Usually my stuff is pretty sporadic. I know we have a Wonderful Wednesday coming out tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Wednesday. Looking
Which is
forward
good
to that.
because, as I said, the next new issue drops on Wednesday. So
Yeah, which will be fun.
yeah.
So check that out on the Fanboys Network if you have not. Even though they're not here, make sure you sub up Tim the Comic Collector, Flashpoint Comics, and Comic Fu 2814. Especially Comic Fu. He doesn't have that many subs.
No,
he needs your help.
He's hurting.
He's hurting for subs. He's sub 5,000. What a newbie. But that's it. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us. I'm going to shut up in the chat one more time. Copy made an appearance. We got Crazy Ivan, my mom, which is good. We didn't talk about that Batman controversy with Catwoman. With
No, I'm saving that for Tim.
Yeah, we'll save that awkwardness for someone else's mom.
Yep.
Just a Nerd showed up. Flashpoint Comics. Man, there's more of them up here. Tim the Comic Collector. Super Russ 9000. Aggressively collecting. Poor Mike made an appearance as always, but I know a lot of folks catch us on the Rewind. So if you're catching us on the Rewind, we greatly appreciate that. Until next time, peace out, everyone.
Yes, take care.